Welcome back to YouTube Struggles, and here we're going to be looking at making YouTube intros using Blender and free templates we can get off the web. All right, so let's get started. All right, so let's start with Forest Renderer. I haven't actually used this one all the way through to the end. I did get started with it, just kind of see how it works, but it's very straightforward on this one to build your intros. They have tons of different intros to choose from. The creating process as well, I noticed is relatively easy. You go to create, you can change your text. I obviously can't type. There we go. You can add a scene, do all the editing, and that's pretty much it. You can make a sample video. Should show what it's going to look like. You can delete that. You can add new text. There's a lot of different things you can do. It has a help here, which is kind of just a quick overview here, so you can turn that on while you're making the video. If you run into an issue, you can hit that and you can kind of scroll through all these tips on how to use the site. Now, the one that I used is a website. It's called topfreetemplates.co.uk. Now, they also do have a YouTube channel here, which is Top Free Templates. I'll put a link in that in the video below. But basically here they have tons and tons of intros that you can choose from. You can go ahead and we'll just click on this one.
So once you
And always at the end of their videos, there is a tutorial on how to download and edit the videos to customize it for yourself and how to render it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really going to go into detail how to use Blender on this one, but this website and this YouTube channel is great. Check it out. Once you do choose the template you would like, you can go down to here. There's a download link. You click on that. It is going to take you to their website. Only criteria is you do have to follow their YouTube channel, Twitter, and I'm following their Google Hangout, although I am not following them on Facebook, being that I don't have a Facebook page for this channel yet. Then you'll review that. I noticed it takes 30 seconds to about a minute for this checking process to go through, and it will take you then to the Mega website. So there's a Mega Share, I believe that's what it's called, or maybe it's just Mega. So you can go ahead and download the file here, and you will need a zip file. Like WinZip or WinRAR. Either one will work. I'm using WinZip. It is a rare, not sure how that's pronounced, but it is a compressed format, so you will have to uncompress that on there. The next thing you will need is Blender. And one thing that I did not mention, if you go over here to the actual website, you can look at their templates based on, the program you're going to be using. So go ahead and click over here on Blender, and you'll have all the options here. It's the same as clicking from the YouTube page where you select, you hit download, it'll take you to Mega, you download it from there. Okay, so the next step, you definitely do need to have Blender. Blender is a free 3D rendering app. Now I have used other 3D rendering apps, and how do I think these compare to those? Well, it's free, so there's obviously not as going to be as good as, let's say, Adobe, where you're paying $700 or more for the app. There's going to be a little more polish to it. There's going to be more effects and stuff you can use. But being that you're already using a template here, Blender is plenty good for that. And it's not too big of a file either. So you want to go ahead and download that, install it. There's no real setup process other than the installer. The file that it will bring up is, here we go. This is going to be the original file that I downloaded and extracted from the RAR file. And, yep, okay, it looks like I accidentally saved my progress on it, where essentially all I did is I changed the name, where here it had template or your name or something there. I just went ahead, you want to highlight it, or go over to text, see if I can find it, text here, and you can go ahead and you can edit the words to say whatever you want. I found that my YouTube name is a little bit large for this template. I had to adjust the camera zoom a little bit, but a lot of that is going to be very detailed, so I'm not going to go into it. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there explaining how to do it, and if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment below and I'll do a separate video on that one. Definitely keep in mind, once you've changed your name and you're happy with the final product, you can add effects and a lot of things to it. You can just go down here, hit play. So you can see that's what your rendering is going to be. There's two different ways you can render out of here. One is to export it as JPEGs or image files and then bring that back in and create a video from that. That is the most reliable way, but I found the problem is then you need to add the audio back in, being that it is going to be a massive chain of JPEGs to create that file. The nice part about that is if your computer can't handle the load and crashes, you can go back and start back up at that point. You can also export as MP4 or other formats, so that's kind of cool on that. Well, that's it, folks. That's basically how I created an intro, 3D intro with animation using Blender and free templates. Now, you will notice that this is not the intro that I'm using on my video, being that I decided to go with a super simple, basic one, which I used hit films for Express to make. It's not 3D, might not be as flashy, but I felt that more represented myself, so that's what I went with. We'll do a video in the future on how exactly I did that. Well, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this or found this video to be helpful, and we will see you next time.